This video attempts to address an age-old question among the experienced hunting fraternity. It's something that confuses new hunters more than anything else. And that's, what round should I hunt with? Well, the reason this question is debated without end is because there really isn't one right answer. Since this video is for ethical hunters, let me point something out here. Sport hunting is the act of ethically stalking or ambushing an animal in a manner that tests your hunting abilities against the instincts and senses of your prey. Target shooting at a deer from 1,000 yards away is not ethical hunting. So in this video, we're only talking about ballistics inside of 400 or 500 yards. Secondly, any round can kill any animal with a perfectly placed shot, but that doesn't make it ethical to do so. Like I stated in a previous video, internet forums are probably the worst place to get information on cartridges. The internet is chock full of millions of people trying to convince you to use small, anemic rounds on big game. You know, as proof of their misguided hypothesis, they'll tell you about how the best deer round is .223, or how Karamojo Bell killed elephants with a 6.5 Mannlicher. My advice is, don't hunt with the bare minimum killing power for the game you're hunting. While it's true that a perfectly placed shot with any cartridge will kill almost any animal, not every shot is going to be perfect. You'll need a cartridge that'll perform on quartering shots and even full frontal shot opportunities. On many animals, like the ones in Africa, you have to shoot through the shoulder to get to the vitals, and bad penetrators aren't going to kill as well. On animals such as bears, the vitals move all over the place as they walk. In thick cover, you might have to take quick snapshots offhand where precision aiming is impossible. So you need to consider all of these things. When picking the proper cartridge for your hunt, you need to plan for a less than optional shot, instead of fantasizing about every shot opportunity being perfect, because in reality, if you hunt enough, every shot opportunity is not going to be perfect. Now back to the point. What's the best cartridge for my hunt? Well, there's two categories you need to consider. Do you need a versatile cartridge? Basically a cartridge that can do a lot of different things? Or do you need a specialized cartridge because you're out hunting one particular type of animal and one particular type of circumstances? And that's what we're going to get into next. So what is a versatile cartridge? Versatile cartridge is a cartridge that's suitable for hunting more than one class of game animal. Most beginner hunters choose a versatile cartridge because, initially they're only going to own one or two rifles. When choosing a versatile rifle, pick a round that will best suit the class of animal that you intend on hunting the most. Let's say you hunt coyotes most of the time, but also might bag a deer once in a while. Well, the .243 is going to do all of this very well. But let's say you mostly hunt deer, but occasionally hunt predators. The 25-06 or 6.5s would be great versatile rounds for that. Let's say you mainly hunt deer, but also get your black bear and elk tag every year just in case. Well, in that situation, a 30-06, 308, or 7mm Magnum would serve you well for all those species. And all of these same cartridges are also fantastic for hunting wild boar. Now let's say your main target is elk, but you'll also take a good buck if you come across one while you're out hunting. Well, the 300 Magnums will fill this role perfectly. Let's say you're going on an African plains game hunt, shooting everything from springbok to zebra. In that situation, a 30-06, 308, 7mm, or 300 mag will all do that. If you're going to Africa and plan to shoot everything from impala to Cape buffalo on one hunt, and you only want to take one rifle, well, the 375 H&H will do it all. If you're going to Africa and plan to mainly hunt elephant and buffalo, but also might shoot some plains game, The 416s are extremely versatile in that role. And the 416s hit hard enough to knock down an elephant, but shoot flat and accurate enough for plains game. So it's also a very versatile round.
You'll notice that when I talk about versatile rounds, that I mentioned 30-06 a great deal. This is because in the hands of a skilled reloader, 30-06 is indeed the most versatile cartridge on earth. I can load as, really light and fast bullets that'll outperform a 270, yet I can load up 220 grain thumpers that'll knock any bear or moose on its ass. If you can only pick one round for North American game, or African plains game for that matter, you could do no better than the 30-06. So as you can see, versatile rounds have their place for new hunters that only have one rifle or maybe at most two rifles, and for experienced hunters that need to target various classes of game on the same hunt. A specialized cartridge or round is a cartridge that's best suited for targeting one specific type or one specific class of game animal. Most experienced hunters have a virtual arsenal of different rifles that they use to match the cartridge to the hunt.
For coyotes, the 223 is considered the perfect caliber and has probably accounted for more song dogs than any other calibers combined. If I was going on a pronghorn hunt or maybe blacktail in the rolling grasslands of California, the 25-06 would definitely be my go-to caliber. It's perfect for that. If I was hunting whitetails, that 270 would probably be the perfect caliber. If I was hunting elk or black bear, the 300 mags would always come out of my safe first. For moose, the 338 is proper medicine. You also have to consider the terrain. If I was hunting pigs in a heavily forested area, I'd probably take a 308 or my 30-06. But if I was hunting pigs in an area with open grasslands, I'd take my 300 Magnum or a 7mm for the hunt. Now, if I was hunting plains game in the thick vegetation of the Limpopo bushveld, I'd probably have my 30-06 on me. But if I was hunting plains game in the deserts of Namibia, I'd definitely take my 300 mag. So terrain may justify the need for a specialized caliber just as much as the animals will. A specialized caliber is about having the right tool for the job rather than a tool that's just adequate for various different things. It's the difference between working on a car with just a crescent wrench versus working on a car with a proper set of sockets to get the job done. Having a safe full of specialized calibers is like having a full set of golf clubs to me.
And you don't have to go overboard. It can be as simple as buying one dedicated rifle for varmint hunting, and another dedicated rifle for deer hunting. Rather than buying one rifle that does a little bit of both just okay. Eventually, almost all experienced hunters will end up having specialized calibers in their arsenal. When selecting a cartridge for hunting, don't get caught up in those unavoidable arguments with people who claim, a 223 can do anything a 243 can do, or, there's always the guys out there, a 243 can do anything a 25-06 can do, and of course there's those guys, a 270 can do anything a 30-06 can do, or 338 Win Mag is just as powerful as 375 H&H. Basically, when somebody has to justify whether or not a particular small caliber they use is ethical on an animal, you know not to listen to them at that point. The formula for choosing the right cartridge is actually really easy. A good rule of thumb is heavier bullets for larger game and faster bullets for the same game at greater distances. We repeat that. Heavier bullets for larger game and faster bullets for the same game at greater distances. It really is that easy. Also, if you're hunting with a guide, don't be afraid to call and ask the guide about recommended cartridges and bullets for your particular hunt. You know, don't take the advice from some dude on a long-range hunting internet forum, you know, probably posting from his mom's basement. You know, unlike the internet commandos, your guide has probably seen thousands of head of game fall to various cartridges and bullets over the years, you know, and he'll know what works in the real world, you know, from his real world experience. So if you're unsure, asking your guide what to bring is the smart move. And in conclusion, please be mindful that this video is simply my opinion based off of my experiences and observations while hunting. It's in no way intended to inflame your sensitivities about your favorite cartridge or your personal hunting ethics. This video is intended to point new hunters in the right direction when they're confused about selecting a caliber for any particular hunt. You know, and as always, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching and good hunting.